Hi students, this is a video to guide your success in your week 4 Dropbox assignment, which is your philosophy of leadership. This is an assignment that students tend to get a lot out of. They talk about it a lot at the end of the class as being particularly meaningful and something that really helped their growth as a leader. It's also the one that students most often use for their portfolio submission, their artifact. So it's a good idea to do a particularly good job on this assignment. I mean, that's true of all assignments, but especially this one. So as I do with all assignments, I recommend that you carefully review the rubric so you know exactly what you'll be graded on. And note that under the writing portion of the rubric, I include correct use of sources and citations. You're not required to use sources for this particular assignment, but if you do, I want to see them correctly cited with in-text citations and matching reference list entries. Here's how the rubric breaks down. It wants you to have done the best and most complete job possible with exercise 1, 2, and 3. And then there is the portion of the rubric that's for writing. The assignment instructions begin with exercise 1, where you're to pick 5 core values that you feel describe and guide who you are as a nurse leader. And you can choose other values that are not on this list. What students sometimes do is just highlight the values on this table, but sometimes they just go right to the next table and list their values there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, under the values column, and that's perfectly okay to do that. But you're to place your 5 core values in this chart and answer the questions in the matrix. So you, as I said, list your values in the first column, your personal definition of values in the second column, and I would like these to be complete sentences, and I do not want to see the word you or any form of the word you in this column. Same with the next column. This should be first person. In this column, you're talking about how you envision these values playing out in your nursing career. So personal expressions of how you plan to apply this value in your nursing career using first person, I, me, mine, not you, yours, and so forth. I recommend using this table format because I found that students who don't do so tend to omit the requirements of either column 2 or column 3. A couple of tips, and these I've basically already covered. If you use any sources in your discussion of personal definitions of your values or how your values apply to your nursing leadership, be sure to correctly format your APA in-text citations and reference list. And do not write about these values from a you perspective. Do not use second person. Use first person. And again, write about your values in complete sentences, please. In exercise 2, you're uncovering your leadership assumptions by answering 7 questions about leadership. Those are pretty straightforward, but for number 5, write your definition of leadership. Note that you are asked for the definition of leadership, not leader. Many students mistakenly define leader here, and yes, they are very similar concepts, but they're not exactly the same. So define leadership, not leader. And finally, you're going to put together your leadership philosophy based on everything you've done in the assignment up to this point. And my best tip for you here is to take a look at the sample excellent assignment and model your response on that. So thanks very much for listening, and I look forward to a stellar assignment from you. Thanks.